You know that feeling, don't you? The one where you just feel invisible, like you're being overlooked, undervalued, or just not seen. We're going to unpack where that feeling really comes from. But I'll tell you right now, the core idea here, it might be a little hard to hear at first.
Right here. This is it. This is that feeling put into words. That sense that you're putting yourself out there, you're doing the work, but it's just not landing. And yeah, it feels personal because it is personal. But see, that sentence, it's not finished. It's really only half the story.
You're not being ignored, you're allowing it. And there it is, the twist. Okay, just take a second with that one. I know it sounds harsh, but this isn't about blame. It's actually about finding the control switch you never knew you had.
So let's really get into this. There's the feeling that life is just happening to you, right? But the truth, well, the truth is that your reality is basically a mirror reflecting what you're willing to put up with. And getting that difference, that's the key that unlocks everything else.
You know, when we hear the word manifestation, a lot of us think it's about, just wishing for things really hard. But that's not it at all. Real manifestation is about your behavior. It's when what you truly believe you deserve finally lines up with how you act, day in and day out. So how does this allowing thing even work? Well, it's not some big one-time decision. It's more like an architecture built from 1,000 tiny choices you make every single day, most of the time without even noticing. Let's take a look at the blueprint.
This is the fundamental law of the whole thing. Your life isn't shaped by your biggest dreams. It's shaped by the absolute lowest standard you're willing to accept. Think about it. In your job, in your friendships, and how you let people talk to you. It's all a broadcast of what you think you're worth.
And here's what it looks like in the real world, in these small, everyday moments. Tolerating that little bit of disrespect. Constantly overgiving your time and energy until you're drained. Or, just staying quiet when you know you should speak up. Every single one of these actions is like a tiny lesson, teaching people exactly how they're allowed to treat you.
And this is what happens. It's not that life is out to get you or just randomly handing you the tougher path. It's that your patterns, what you consistently allow, are unconsciously choosing that path for you. It's kind of like you're choosing to walk the rocky road when the smoother one is right there. Okay, so we know what's happening on the inside, but how does that affect what happens on the outside? Well, it boils down to three things: the signals you're sending, the space you create for yourself, and the standards you live by. We get this so backward, most of us. We think we have to feel confident before we can act confident. But it's actually the other way around. Confidence isn't some mood you have to wait for. It's a signal. It's a frequency you broadcast. And believe me, other people pick up on it instantly.
And these are the signals they're reading. It's all physical. How do you walk into a room? Do you own your space, or do you try to shrink? When you speak, is it clear, or does your voice trail off at the end? Do you hold eye contact, or are you the first to look away? The world reads your level of certainty long before you even say a word.
So here's the big takeaway. You don't just attract confidence, like it's some outside force you're trying to pull in. You have to express it. You radiate it from the inside out. So stop waiting to feel it, start acting it. That's how you actually build the real thing. Now, let's flip this around. Building the life you want isn't just about adding more stuff. It's about subtracting. It's about clearing things out to make room. I mean, if your life is already jam-packed with things that just drain you, where are the good things supposed to go? There's literally no space for them.
And this process is so simple but so powerful. First, you just start saying no to the things that suck your energy. Second, that simple act of saying no creates empty space in your life. And third, it's only in that new empty space that the better opportunities can finally show up and find a place to land.
Okay, this is where it all clicks into place. Your beliefs, your signals, your standards, they all work together. They combine to form your identity. And I'm not talking about the identity you think you have. I'm talking about the one you prove you have through your actions every day. Look, you can wish for a better job or more respect all you want, but reality, it doesn't care about your wishes. It responds to your patterns. The universe isn't listening to your daydreams. It's watching your feet. It's watching what you do. And just look at this comparison. On the left, you've got the old identity. It hopes. It tolerates. It's passive. But then look at the right. That's the new identity. It doesn't hope. It expects. It doesn't just seek approval. It sets boundaries. And that person isn't being aggressive. They're just aligned. Their actions match their self-worth.
And that is the absolute goal here, alignment. It's this incredibly powerful state where your beliefs, your actions, the signals you send out, and the standards you refuse to lower are all moving in the exact same direction. When that happens, reality doesn't really have a choice. It has to catch up.
So, if you're feeling ignored, if you're feeling overlooked, let's stop asking why this is happening to us. It's time to shift the focus. It's time to ask a much more powerful and, frankly, a much more liberating question.
And really, this is the final choice. You can stay in the passenger seat, just hoping the view gets better, or you can get behind the wheel and become the very reason the change happens. It's a huge shift from being passive to being active in your own life. So I'm just going to leave you with this question. Don't even try to answer it right away. Just let it sit there. What are you tolerating? What are you accepting that you shouldn't? What are you allowing that deep down you know has to change? Because the answer to that question, that's not just an answer. That's your first step.